It's been a long time since we've done one of these, but I definitely owe you one. The Duke of Demise just released in the TCG, and we have to look at Chimera. This deck also topped a few regionals over the last couple of weekends, and today we're going to look at it my way. Before we begin, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel as always, and before we begin, we do have a giveaway. I'll be giving out this beautiful European Secret Rare Dark Fusion from Speed Duel. It just got a reprint in the OTS, but the Secret Rare is just unmatched. All you have to do is comment down below your favorite card out of the Chimera deck, and of course like the video and be subscribed to the channel. One of you is going to be getting one of these. So, Chimera, one of my all-time favorite decks. This playmat, by the way, from Imperium Duelist, no longer available, unfortunately. Maybe, if you guys comment down below enough, we can do another run of this. This is a beautiful Chimera playmat with the Nightmare Magician and the Guardian Chimera, and of course the Burfamats and everything else. Guardian Chimera, yeah, of course, the deck. Very strong, very explosive, has a few problems, but is a relatively cheaper option now with the Fiendsmith engine getting reprinted somewhere, hopefully in the future, wink. This is going to become much more accessible and a very, very good option for you to take to regionals and locals. So let's take a look at the deck and then discuss a little bit of what it does, and of course some of the new cards that we're playing in this build. The Chimera engine is pretty much maxed out as much as we can. We're playing 3 Koa'ko, 3 Sword Knight. We're also playing 3 of the Gazelle, which is probably your best starter, and then 1 Big Wing Burfamat. The reason why we only play 1 Burfamat, you rarely even want to go into the Burfamat because its effect locks you into fusion summons, and we do want to access the Fiendsmith engine and some other very unique cards from the extra deck. But of course, Koa'ko protects. Mirror Sword Knight is a really good monster to draw alongside Nightmare Apprentice, just to go into a very fast Chaos Angel. We'll look at that in a second. And Gazelle is going to be your main starter because you don't want to be locked and you want to access your Chimera fusion. So cuttable is only possibly 1 Mirror Sword Knight if you want to. I'm playing 41, you can cut it down to 40 and play just 1 Sword Knight. That is also an option. We are playing 3 beautiful Nightmare Apprentice. This card is just so good. It discards the summon and then of course searches for an illusion monster. This card on its own is an unaffected, untargetable, undestructible Chaos Angel, right? Not untargetable, but you know, the good kind of Chaos Angel from Light and the Dark, because you summon this, search for Mirror Sword Knight, and then just use both of them together to make an unaffected Chaos Angel from Light and Dark. And of course, it adds an additional body to access Fiendsmith, so what you would usually do is just special summon this. You can also, maybe if you're lucky, discard a Lurie, which can come back. Then you search for Gazelle. Gazelle summons, searches for Chimera Fusion, and then you fuse both of them. Search an illusion, but get to Burfamat, which dumps a dusted gold and gets you to your Fiendsmith engine. Basically, that's the combo. That's the game plan of the deck, and this is why Apprentice is just so damn good in this deck. Just an amazing card. And then, of course, we have 1 Adusted Gold and 1 Necrom. If you're new to this deck, what you do in this deck, what's the game plan to get to the Fiendsmith engine, is you use Burfamat, the fusion monster, to dump Sinister Necrom from the deck to the grave. It sends any Fiend monster or Beast or Illusion from deck to grave. Then what you do is you get to this guy, you banish it, and this one summons any evil hero from hand or deck, which is going to be a Dusted Gold, which is a Light Fiend, which you just use to go into your Fiendsmith engine. So this engine is very strong, long time in Chimera being played. Now, the Fiendsmith engine, we're kind of maxing out here, right? We're playing 3 Engraver, 1 Lacrima, and 1 Lurie. This is going to be your engine because you want to be able to grind as much as possible. This is basically, now with the Duke of Demise, we'll get to that fusion monster, the new one, in a second. This is basically a Fiend deck, just Fiend pile with all the best Fiends in the game. Aerial Eater, Duke of Demise, Necroquip Princess, DDD Wave High King Caesar, a koa'ko, Chaos Angel. Fiendsmith unlocks it all with Fiendsmith Sequence, and of course Sequence allows you to get to your Chimera stuff as well, so don't forget about that. This is the Fiendsmith engine. It's going to be hopefully very cheap in a second. Now, for the rest of the engines, We're playing 3 Chimera Fusion just because it's really good to open in any hand. And now with the Duke of Demise, the new card, you're going to be able to fuse anything from your hand to start your combo, get an extra normal summon, which is really good. This is like definitely non-mandatory, I would say. 3-tracked, you can play 2-tracked. You just want to be able to get to your Fiendsmith card because your Fiendsmiths can access your Chimeras and vice versa, which is so good in this deck. So again, maxing out on that is relatively important. And then I do play the one of, I just had to, guys. I just had to flex. I had to. Dark Fusion. It fusion summons any fiend monster, right? Using monsters from hand or field as material. The cool thing is about this card specifically, and it's just not just a flex because I got it from the new OTS, it's the fact that a Dusted Gold searches it, right? So you can discard it and add your Dark Fusion from hand from deck to hand. So it's not just a flex, it is very usable. You can access your Fiendsmith stuff, the Duke of Demise, your Chimera stuff, anything basically from a single Dark Fusion because it's essentially searching for a poly in this deck. All of your good fusions are going to be fiends, so it's possible to, like, if you draw the Adjusted Gold, to get additional value, and this is why we play the Dark Fusion. And I think it's really good. I really like getting to the Dark Fusion, which is great. And then lastly, Fiendsmith in Paradise. You know, we're playing the Chimera, we're playing the Fiendsmith engine. It's still a very low deck count. You discard a lot, so if you open this with Nightmare Apprentice, for example, very easy, just send it to the graveyard, you instantly get a payoff. Now, for the non-engine, this deck is kind of weird on non-engine sometimes, just because you kind of want to have a mix of hand traps and board breakers. We mainly want to stop, like, you know, you're mainly worried about the detonator and the duo drive, right? You want to be able to keep your bodies on the board. So this is the package that I play. You can go a little bit more board breaker heavy, right? A lot of people play, like, the Eclipse is defensive. It's very staple to Chimera because it can protect your Gazelle from getting impermed, and because you can fusion monster with face down monsters, it's just perfect in this deck. The rest, you can go with basically whatever you want. I think the Eclipse is really good. Other hand traps also very valuable. So this is basically 13 non-engine and 41. So you can decide on your own. This is pretty good. A lot of players also play tactics in this deck. This is the main deck 41. Let's go into the extra deck. Now, Fiendsmith engine is very standard. We're playing one Requiem, one Moon, one Fiendsmith sequence, of course, and one Agnum Day, and then obviously we're playing the one Fiendsmith Desiree. This is going to be the Fiendsmith engine. Not much to say here. Look at this. These are almost all super rares. Finally, your Fiendsmith engine is kind of the bread and butter. I think Agnum Day and Desiree are not mandatory in Chimera most of the time, but they do help push, right? They do just up the ceiling of the deck incredibly. Now, the reason why we're all here, it's the Duke of Demise. This card is finally out in the TCG, and I have some stuff to say about it, so listen up, you guys. Now, it's a level 6 Fiend. It requires 2 Fiend and or Zombie monsters, so you can make it with any 2 Fiends. Baphomet and Fiendsmith. You can use the Fiendsmith sequence to summon this guy. It's very, very easy to summon. Now, additionally, it gives you, during the main phase, an additional normal summon, which is really good in Chimera because what you can do is go into your Gazelle after you've done like Apprentice or something, normal summon the Gazelle, search for Chimera Fusion, and then when you use the Gazelle's fusion material, you can add a Mirror Sword Knight, which you can also normal summon to get another Baphomet at the end of your combo, which is 2 more cards into the hand, right? Incredible effect. The second effect is even more incredible because you can banish this card from grave, then target a level 4 or higher fusion or zombie in your grave and add it to your hand. So essentially, just search Engraver. Dump the Engraver, get this into the graveyard, banish it, bring back the Engraver to hand, discard it, get your Fiendsmith combo going, right? And this is now 1 effect per turn. And on top of everything, it's a level 6 Fiend, which is currently the best typing in the game, to be honest. So this is going to be the suite of level 6s, which is going to be great. Aerial Eater, again, can access pretty much anything, Fiendsmith stuff, obviously Chimera stuff, and Necroquip, just so good. And then we have 1 Chimera, the King of Phantom Beasts, and 1 Baphomet, the mythical King of Phantom Beasts. You could theoretically cut the Agnum Day or the Moon for another bird format. It's going to be crucial in some grind games, so it makes sense to kind of utilize that. So the external engines and the other useful cards, Guardian Chimera, not from the Rarity Collection. It is from Maze. Of course, huge payoff for this deck. Magnum, the reliever, pop, a draw, and most importantly, it can shuffle back the Dark Fusion, and it is a Light Fiend. Yep, it is a Light Fiend, you guys. Wave Hiking Caesar is very easy to understand why, and a koa'ko I think is the most important addition to this deck. Super good card, including a Fiend monster, everything is Fiend. Basically, this is like the new Appaloosa for this deck. When you have your sequence that you need to get rid of with an additional body or two, you just make a bow. It summons any of your Fiends from grave, so it can get you to negates, to Chimera, to whatever you need. And it also can just, you can make a Chaos Angel, use it as link material, use it as an interruption during the next turn. It draws a lot of cards, and obviously it has the effect to just pop without targeting. So this is going to be your suite in the extra deck. This is going to be the image of the extra deck, which is great. Two more cards before we wrap it up that I do want to bring out. I've been sitting on this for so long, and, these cards are good, so might as well, notice it. Koa'ko Doom, I think in this format is pretty exceptional. Like, I would probably play one of these in the side, especially with a bow. Possibly getting to summon a Fiend monster, not a light or dark, but this guy is really good against light or darks. So what it does, basically on the field, negates the effects of light and dark monsters activate during the main phase. Hand, graveyard, banished, malice, whatever, right? Everything. So you basically set this up, you summon this during your opponent's turn, because you need to destroy a koa'ko from the hand, or reveal a Fiend monster in your hand to keep it on the field. It's a koa'ko at the end of the day. But it's a huge floodgate, right? And if you pair it up with some protection, you got some good protection, which is not light and dark in this deck. This could be worth it. And then the Abels, you already know what this card does. It's a bit weaker in a non-Azamina build, which is this one. I don't really like the Azamina clogging out my extra deck, but if you comment down below, I might do a profile about that. So keep these two cards in mind, which I currently kind of love and enjoy playing. Thank you so much for watching this video. Again, don't forget to comment down below to participate in the huge giveaway. The Dark Fusion European Secret Rare Speed Duel print could be yours. All you have to do is comment down below your favorite card out of this deck. Of course, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Peace.